Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a new Follow a Sketch Friday layout. So for this layout, I was inspired to use this background piece of paper from a challenge I saw on Facebook. I thought it was from Christina Sorge, but I couldn't figure it out and I couldn't find the image. So I'm so sorry, but basically it was just a grid design. And so I was looking through my stash and I saw this background paper and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to use this background paper. So I decided to pull it out. And then I also was going through my stash and I found this Alexander Renke, I think that's who it is, this paper. And I was like, oh my God, I need to use this because in this photo we're coloring, and this paper that I'm using as the layering papers is just a bunch of paint containers. So here you can see I am totally just cutting this piece of paper apart and just having fun with it. I'm still not sure what to think about this layout. I feel like I need something more, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay with it being done the way that it is. I know that doesn't make sense right now because obviously I'm just starting the layout. But anyway, so here you can see I have this second photo. So I know that this layout actually only calls for 2 photos, but I had, or 2 small photos, so like 3x4. I had this one 4x6 and then this one 3x4. And I knew I wanted to use both of them on the same layout, and so I decided to just make it work with both of these photos. So you'll see how I kind of incorporate that into the sketch and make it work. So the sketch does call for some splatters, and what I decide to do is totally make a mess. So I decided to pull out, I think it's Don't Rain on My Parade or Singing in the Rain or something like that. It's a navy blue, like dark navy ink from Shimmers, and I just add it to some molding paste, and I really like the color that it makes. And then this is also an Alexander or Alexandra. Now I'm like totally not even sure. And then you see there, I made a huge mess because, you know, why pull out my mat? Why be careful on a mixed media layout, right? So anyway, long story short, I loved this stencil. It's from Alexander Renke, and I thought it was perfect with the sketch. It matched kind of the idea of the mixed media being in the 2 corners. Okay, now I am going to start layering and embellishing on the photo, but because the background is still not dry at this point, I am going to put it to the side and I am going to just start building up the layers on my photo and around my photo and everything that you could kind of see that I was doing before. So I'm just matting the photo. I'm doing a full matte of white all the way around, and then I use this pretty blue navy Alexander Renke piece of paper as well. So now I'm going to start making the layers behind the photo. I really had a lot of fun with this, the layering process of this. I wanted you to be able to see the bottles of paint, and so I am trying to make it obvious that it is bottles of paint, but I don't know that if it really is obvious, but I do like the way that the layering turned out on this. And if you followed me for any amount of time, you know I'm not a huge layering scrapbooker. But I had a lot of fun with this, And I'm going to really try to be better about adding more layering behind my photos and things like that. I just don't know why. I like a lot of perfect angles and layers and things like that. But this kind of took away that. Like, it's still perfect in a sense, but at the same time it's not. It's like the perfect amount for me. So here I am trying to cover up that box that's above Tinian in that 3x4 photo or 4x3 photo. And so I decided to bring in some stickers. And then my title is just going to be Unplug. I'm thinking I need to add maybe another part to this because the top of this layout is very bare compared to the bottom. It's definitely a middle and a bottom heavy layout. So I'm wondering if maybe you guys can help me and maybe we can come up with a better title. I'm okay with the Unplug being the better title because obviously we're spending time together as a family. This is a picture of Tinian, me, and Brennan all just laying on the ground in the living room, just coloring one night after dinner. We were just relaxing and Tinian came out and said, "Mom, color with me." And so I got down on the floor and I started coloring with them. The kids know that I love coloring. So every now and then we'll color together, but it had probably been a while since we'd colored. So I just laid down and colored with them and it was seriously so awesome. So I'm adding a little bit of a layer to the side of that smaller photo. And so you can see here how I kind of have the same idea going on based around the sketch, where the title is underneath the photo, but then instead of doing the journaling under the title, I just added the other photo. And to cover up the mess that I spilled on my layout, I just added a couple, what are those called? Stickers, phrase stickers. And now I'm going to glue down that photo. And then this is where I kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't have turned this photo at such an angle. I just wanted to be able to see the mixed media. And so I thought that this angle was a little bit better, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure I like it. I don't know. Do you like it at such an angle that I have it at right now? Or should I straighten that out a little bit? I think I might straighten it out. I don't know if I like this. I'm not usually this critical of my work after it's done. Okay, you can see that I pulled out some Spiegelmom scrap sequins. So I am going to just do a few little clusters around each of the 3 areas on the layout. So the first is going to be the bottom left corner where I made that spill. And then the second is going to be right here where I am starting to glue them down around the title. And then the third spot is going to be up by the mixed media on the top right. So I think that is it for my layout for today. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do all of this. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to run on over to Sandy's channel. And we are both using the same sketch today. So I'm really excited to see what she makes because I kind of have a feeling that hers is going to be a lot different than mine. I kind of went way off into left field on this one. So I hope that you have a great scrappy day. Bye.